Hari Om. Today I am going to speak on a very important principle in yoga, which is a part of niyama, the second step of Ashtanga Yoga, and which is mentioned in all the yogic texts, santosha, contentment. When we are experiencing our life with positive and negative experiences together, the joy, pleasure, one moment, and the suffering, pain, sadness, the another moment, stress, anxiety in one moment, peace in another moment. Most of the times the negative experiences are dominating our life. The yogic texts, they maintain that we need to maintain the peaceful and contained state of our mind. Whatever is the situation outside, inside we should be contained. A very beautiful story of this contentment. The name of the story is Very Nice, Very Nice. It's a traditional story in the yoga culture. There was a kingdom once upon a time, and that kingdom was ruled by a very good king. He's very kind, compassionate, very brave, understanding, a good man. And this kingdom was prosperous as well. This kingdom also had a prime minister, and he was very loyal to the kingdom and the king. But he was very good friends with king as well. The king liked him as a friend. The king trusted him as a part of his ministers, group of ministers. Everything was good between them. The only thing that king had objection to was about a habit that the prime minister had. And what was the habit? The habit was, whatever used to happen, the first reaction of the prime minister was always very nice, very nice. Even if something bad has happened, the prime minister would react, very nice, very nice. Let's work through it. The king tried to convince the prime minister a few times that, my friend, not everything is very nice. Some things are good, some things are not good. You can't call everything very nice. The prime minister argued against it, and he said, very nice makes the state of mind positive. And that positive state of mind is very helpful, because as such, the events that happen, they are neither positive, neither negative. It's how you look at them. But there was a difference of opinion between the king and the prime minister. One day the king was sick. He called prime minister, said, come to my home and I have some important work to tell you. The prime minister came. King said, oh, I am sick. Prime minister said, very nice, very nice. The king was angry. He said, I am really sick and I am suffering. What is very nice about it? The prime minister said, my dear king, your body is learning how to fight this sickness. So in future, it will be stronger. So this sickness is also very nice, very nice. The prime minister's argument was very interesting, although the king did not like it. But anyway, the disagreement remained. Time passed. One day, a secret agent of the king came to the king and told the king that in the kingdom, in the deep forest, there are some tribal community, and the people who live there, they're still following some very bad rituals where they sacrifice human beings in the name of gods and goddesses. The king was very hurt when he heard such a regressive idea still persist in his kingdom. And he vowed to change that. So he called the prime minister next day. And he told the prime minister that the secret agent has told me this and I am very sad about it. Prime minister said, very nice that you are sad. The king asked him, what is very nice about it? The prime minister had the answer. He said, because you are hurt, now you are going to do something serious about it and it's going to change. So it is indeed very nice that you got sad. The king did not agree with this statement, but anyway, the king said, I have a plan. And my plan is, you and me, no other person with us. We change the dress so no one can recognize us. We won't take any army, any guards with us. And you and me, we go into the forest and we see it with our own eyes that this is happening. So we can stop these people there and we can bring them into progressive mainstream society. Prime Minister said, very nice, let's do that. Generally, these kind of rituals used to happen on the new moon night. So they planned their forest exploration on the new moon night. But they started early in the morning from the kingdom. They had changed their dress. The king was riding his horse. The prime minister had his own horse. And they had food with them. The food was with king. And he was leading the path. The prime minister was following. Everything was very nice. Their journey started well. But as they entered the forest, it was very deep. And in the deep forest, the king lost the path. Prime minister was following. So naturally he also followed the king and the king didn't know where is he going. So he stopped and he said to the prime minister, said, hey, I think we are lost. The prime minister smiled and said, oh, very nice. Now king got angry. He said, I don't like this. We have a serious problem here. Why you keep saying very nice? Don't say that. Order of the king. Prime minister kept quiet. Now the king was angry and he was riding the horse. Somewhere he lost little control over the horse and the horse banged into a rock. The king fell down. The horse injured its leg. The food fell down. It was all in the soil, all lost. The king's clothes became very dirty. He had few scratches here and there. The prime minister came from behind and king said, oh, my dear friend, I'm injured. The horse is injured. The food is all gone. Prime minister said, very nice, no problem. Now the king really got angry. He said, this is not a time to say these words. I don't like it. I'm going to punish you now. Now you walk and I'll ride your horse. Do you feel very nice? This time the prime minister did say very nice, but he was very soft, so king could not hear it. And then the prime minister thought to himself that I was sitting on the horse for a very long time, so I had my hips very tight. So it's good for me to walk. And he was walking. The king was riding the horse of the prime minister and he left his horse behind. Prime minister was walking. After some distance, the king was very angry again. And after some distance, there was a deep pit. But it was located in a very interesting way that it was disguised and king could not see it. So also the horse. And the king and the horse fell down into that deep pit. First it was a rock, now it's the deep pit. This time the horse was absolutely fine. The king broke his little toe 2 pieces. So he lost one of his little toes. The Prime Minister, of course, it was very nice for him. If he would have been riding with the king, he would have also fell down. So it was quite nice for him to walk. So he came back. He said, "Oh, my dear king, what happened to you?" The king looked up and said, "Oh, I fell down and I broke my toe." Prime Minister said, very nice, no problem." Now the king was so angry. He said, "Take me out and I'm going to punish you now." The Prime Minister had to obey the order of the king. So he brought a rope, pulled the king out. As soon as the king came out, he kicked the Prime Minister into the pit and asked him, "How do you feel now? Do you feel very nice, very nice?" The Prime Minister did say, "Yes, very nice, very nice." And he thought to himself, "It's much cooler down in the pit than when I was walking upstairs. Anyway, I can rest here." Anyway, the king left the Prime Minister behind and he said, "Okay, stay there. You feel very nice? Just stay there. I'm going." King left. Poor king, no food since morning, fell down into the pit, broke his little toe, had no guards, had no clue where is he going, no support, no direction. It was evening time, it was getting dark in the forest. The tribal people caught this king and they said to him that, "We are going to take you to our colony and we are going to sacrifice you for our goddess." The same ritual the king wanted to stop and he became a victim. He tried to tell them that, "I'm your king," but they all laughed at him because his clothes were very dirty. He looked like a crazy man, all alone, roaming in the forest. No one would listen to him. They took him, they tied him to a tree, and their ritual started. Where king was really sad. He was crying. He was trying to tell them, "Don't do that," but no one was listening to him. The time came when they were going to sacrifice him. The head priest of that tribe came and he asked this people, "Where is this person that we want to sacrifice?" They pointed at the king. So this priest went there and he started checking the king from the top to the bottom. And when he noticed that the king does not have one toe, so king had only 9 toes because one toe was broken, he called his people and he said to them that, "Hey, why did you get this man? He only has 9 toes and you know the sacrifice that we want to make. We need a complete animal. We don't want incomplete animal. So release this man." When king heard that, he was so happy. Naturally, he had these words, very nice for the broken toe." They released him and he came back. He rushed back to the place where he left the Prime Minister. And he was desperate to tell the story of his release, of his arrest and of his release to the Prime Minister. When the Prime Minister saw the king, he was also very happy. King said, "Hey, my friend, I'm back." Prime Minister also felt happy. He said, "Oh, my dear king, I am happy to see you." The king pulled the Prime Minister out and narrated the whole story and said to the Prime Minister, "My friend, I used to get angry with you when you used to say very nice, but for the first time, even my broken toe was very nice, very nice. I am really happy that this incident is very nice, very nice. Prime Minister smiled and he said, my dear king, I am very happy to hear all of that. But I think not just this incident, but everything that happens is always very nice, very nice. The king said, hang on, I accepted one incident. How come you say everything is very nice? Prove it to me that I kicked you into the pit. Prove it to me that was very nice, very nice. The Prime Minister smiled again and he said, my dear king, if you would not kick me into the pit, I would be with you. Right? Say, yes. You had 9 toes, but I had 10. They would have sacrificed me. So you kicking me into the pit, you saved my life. That was also very nice, very nice. Now if you look at this story, it's about the state of mind. Content state of mind with whatever situation is. This content and peaceful state of mind, what does it do to us? It takes away our stress. Pay attention. The peaceful mind is without stress. Now why is stress bad? Even if the situation is very negative for you, even if there are problems in front of you, if your mind is peaceful, if you are not stressed, you can make the best choice there. You can take the right decision there. I'll tell you another incident that happened. One of my friends who is a doctor, he one day asked me, hey, I have to do a very critical surgery. And that patient is he has a lot of complications. So that surgery is not easy. And I'm very stressed about it. What is something in yoga that I can practice? I told him, just say very nice with whatever is happening. He looked at me a bit seriously. He said, what do you mean? I said, whatever happens, always say very nice. In every situation, every point, during the surgery, before the surgery, and after the surgery, say very nice. He didn't really took it as I was telling him. And he said, how can you say that? That person is my friend. I don't want anything bad happening. It's a bad thing. I say, yeah, you're right. I accepted his argument. I said, you're right. But now tell me, if you get stressed, right now you are stressed. Now in that stressful situation, will you be able to make the right decision? Because in surgery, if something is going wrong, you need to take the decision at that point of time. And that decision can decide the life and death of that person. If that decision is wrong, if you take a wrong decision, it's very costly. It can cost life. But if you take the best possible decision at that point of time, there is every chance that you can save. And that best possible decision you can only take if you are peaceful. If you are stressed, you may make mistakes. There are so many studies that say when you are stressed, we make wrong decisions. And this is exactly what the yoga text is saying as contentment. Very nice. So whatever happens in front of me in my life, the first reaction, very nice. That will make me peaceful and calm. And that peaceful and calm state of my mind will allow me to make the best possible decision. So this niyama of santosha, contentment, which is there in Hatha Yoga, which is there in Ashtanga Yoga, which is there in Bhagavad Gita, which is there at the foundation of yoga psychology, has practical value in it. I hope you will try and practice this very nice in your day-to-day life. I'm going to stop here. Hari Om.